In the next 5 to 6 minutes, I would like to show you how Omron has further developed artificial intelligence for automation, once again starring our futuristic and smart robot Orpheus to my left, which is shown here in its 4th generation this year. Now, just in case you haven't met Orpheus before, you will first get to know him as a table tennis coach and tutor who can adapt to his human counterpart, who can work harmoniously with him or her, who can foresee events and even adapt his own actions to the ever-changing circumstances. In addition, Orpheus also communicates with the player, praises him, and even makes suggestions for improvement. Now, Orpheus primarily consists of Omron system components that are used every day in industrial plants worldwide, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, also in our own 40 factories. Now, the Delta robot and the 6-axis service robot are industrial robots driven by the latest generation of Omron servo systems and are controlled by a PLC with integrated artificial intelligence. Now, as a matter of fact, incidentally, you can see those control components in the control cabinets over there, and these components bring the racket into position almost in real time. Now, in addition, on top of the robot, you can see the Omron Vision system featuring 2 cameras which capture the ball 3-dimensionally, as well as a 3rd camera that detects selected movements, as well as posture, size, and also facial expressions of the player. Now, as with induction or production, Orpheus is all about accurately assessing situations. It's about acting accordingly and avoiding mistakes before they even occur. Now, Omron's answer to the challenges of the future is our so-called sensing and control plus think concept, which will make your production facilities the most efficient in your industry. Now, for our table tennis robot, this means that Orpheus collects and aggregates a large amount of data about the speed and the trajectory of the ball, as well as the behavior of the human opponent. All of this information is then assigned in patterns that are constantly being expanded and updated. And in this way, ladies and gentlemen, Orpheus can adapt to a variety of players or even adjust patterns as the behavior of the player changes. Now, with over 80 calculations per second, all this collected data is now evaluated and processed with a response time of just 1,000 of a second. The racket is then placed in the correct position, and the ball is returned to a pre-calculated location somewhere on the other side of the table with an amazing accuracy of just about ±5 centimeters. Now, incidentally, the collaboration between human and machine is what's most important here, because this project is not about robots defeating humans, but it's about adapting to the human game and guiding and training him or her at the same time. Now, we will also see in the graphic representation on the monitor behind me how Orpheus adapts to the playing strength of his opponent. And the better Orpheus knows his fellow players, or in other words, the more information he has collected and gathered about him or her, the more precisely he can adapt his behavior to that of humans, no matter whether he or she is a beginner or even a professional player. Now, the question is, what does it mean for you and your production? Well, it means that we can anticipate and detect the degraded failure of a system component before it even occurs. Now, this avoids unexpected downtime in production and significantly increases the overall productivity of all of your systems. And, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, since big data also requires a high level of security, we just recently announced our collaboration with network security leader Cisco. All right, folks. Now, before we start the game in just a couple of moments, let me just say 3 more things about Orpheus 4th generation innovations. First of all, next to the Delta robot, which holds the table tennis racket, you can also recognize another collaborating 6-axis robot. This is Orpheus' second hand, which he uses to make a serve. Secondly, Orpheus now also recognizes smashes of the human player. Now, for that, he analyzes the movement speed of his counterpart, and he then reacts accordingly. And last but not least, you will receive even more feedback on your game today, because now, in addition to the announcement displayed on the table tennis net, you will now also be informed audibly about your playing strength. All right, everyone. Now it's time for you to see what harmonization of human and machine looks like in action And just in case you feel like playing around yourself, please feel free to sign in with my colleagues to my right. And there's one more thing. Please do also take a note of our driver monitoring system on the other side, which detects and analyzes your driving skills with artificial intelligence and then converts them into corresponding vehicle responses. All right, now it's time to play, and therefore I would like to ask our players to please step up in front of the table, have a look at the camera so you get recognized by the system, and there you're actually seeing Forfio's first serve. Now, just like I mentioned before, if you have a look at the screen behind me, you can see the player strength on the left-hand side, and on the right hand, you can see the corresponding Forfio strength, which he adjusts to the human player. Now you can tell as the human player is playing stronger and stronger and also playing faster. Forfio is now also returning the balls faster, and he's also playing more accurate. Almost. One last? Okay. All right, everyone. So that was our brief demonstration. I think we should give this pro player here a big hand. What do you think? Thank you very much.